Welcome to another one of our auction reviews. We're back with Charterhouse at the Haynes Motor Museum, and of course you can see around me it's a classic car one, and we've got some great picks for you today. We've got this Volkswagen Golf GTi Mark II, an Oettinger, quite a special car, never come across one before. And over here we've got one of my stars of the show. This is a Porsche 928 from 1988, and low ownership and in really good condition, so we're going to have a look at this one. And then finally, over the far side, we've got a Toyota Supra. Now you probably thought all of those have been trashed by the Fast and Furious gang, but that one is in really lovely condition. I think it's done 59,000 miles and is absolutely immaculate. So stick with us, we're going to have a look at a few cars and then follow them through the auction to see how they get on. Okay, Range Rovers. I don't get big 4x4s, but this one does look quite nice. The downside, unfortunately, is left-hand drive. It spent, I believe, a lot of its life in Spain, but it is a UK spec one, so it's got leather interior, sunroof, air conditioning. It looks good for its age. It's done 102,000 miles. There's not much else to say. It's the V8 engine version, which obviously people will prefer. It looks very original, but it's up for 20 to 25,000 £, and to be honest, I can't see it. I might be wrong, and obviously we'll find out in a minute. But no, it would need 5 or 10 grand in the glove box for me to bid at that kind of level. But as ever, let's see how it gets on.
Stop pointing, otherwise you'll end up buying something you don't want. Yeah. At £15,000 away now. 12 is bid. 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. At 14,000 I have now. At 14,000 and away now. 15,000 I have. Too slow, Abby. At £15,000 and away now. At £15,000, 16,000 on the telephone. At £16,000, the reserve is off. It's for sale. The reserve is off. The record is for sale. £16,000. At £16,000, the reserve is off. It will be sold now. At £16,000, any further advance? At £16,000, it will be sold. The hammer's up at buy sale, selling at £16,000.
Now this for me is one of the stars of the show. 1988 Porsche 928S. I think these always were a really pretty car. Introduced, you may remember, back in 1978 when they were European Car of the Year. And Porsche's plan for this car, it was going to replace the 911. During the 70s, 911 sales were tailing off. They were deciding to go down the sort of Grand Tourer route, thinking the 911 was a bit quirky, which is why sales were going away. But they launched this, and then of course into the 80s the 911 had a great resurgence and to an extent hasn't looked back since. This one is coming from long-term ownership. Its last MOT expired in 2020. Mileage wise, on the MOT history, it's both in kilometres and in miles. I've tried to get the dash to fire up, but I can't get anything to show on there. But I think because there's kilometres, it is actually a kilometres car. And it's only done about 5,000 kilometres in the last, I think, 20 years. And the MOT, last one was, I think it was about 167,000 kilometres, which is about 100,000 miles. It's got a good history file with it. Apparently it starts and runs well, but it's just being sold due to lack of use. Estimate wise, 8 to 12,000 £. My gut instinct is, I think they should do that quite easily. Yes, it probably needs a good service and an MOT, but otherwise I think you're going to go fairly well with this one. But of course, let's find out when bidding time arrives.
Start me at 8,000. At 8,000 is bid from Switzerland. Welcome to you at 8,000 I have. At £8,000 from Switzerland. At 8,000, 8,2, 8,2, 8,5, 8,5 I have. Easy Live at 8,5. At £8,500 I have it still in Switzerland here. At £8,500 and away. 8,008. 8,008 bid. 9,000 and 9,002 bid. 9,005. 9,008, 10,000. At £10,000 I have bid. I'll take 500 now. I'm at £10,000. At £500 to oblige. If not, I sell it. Last chance at away now. £10,000. I'll take a 500. If not, I sell it. £10,000. 5019. Off to Switzerland.
Okay, here's something completely different. I've not seen one of these before, and I'll be very surprised if you had. It is a Panhard 24 BT. No, I didn't know about them either. Come over from France, And this one's quite unusual because normally these are left-hand drive, but this one has been converted to right-hand drive, and I think it makes it almost unique. Sadly, again, this one's from a deceased estate, and always the problem with these rare cars is part supply, but this one has got a secret up its sleeve. Behind the camera is a massive pile of spares. There's engine parts, body parts, glass, all sorts of bits and pieces. So that should give you some reassurance. And I just think the styling's really, really nice. It's just something that bit different. Now, this one is guided between £3,000 to £5,000. I think it's probably on the money. It does need a little bit of work. There is a fuel tank needs fitting to get it up and running, but otherwise the body looks in really stunning condition. But as ever, it's the bidders that are going to decide how much it's worth.
Lots of interest here. I'm straight in here on commission at 3,200. I have now at 3,002, 3,4, 3,6, 3,8, 4,000, 4,2, 4,5, at 4,5, easy's out, 4,5, easy's out, 4,5, 4,8, 5,000. At 5,000, the reserve is off, well and truly here. The car is for sale, the Panhard is for sale, all the spares as well. I'm at £5,000 and 2 to oblige where now? I'm at 5,2, 5,2 I have, 5,5, far away in the bid at 5,5 in the cap now, 5,8, 6,000, that's £6,000, far away in the bid at 6,000, it's in the cap at £6,000, 6,000, 6,2, 6,5, 6,8, 7,000, and 2, and 5, 7,5, far away, your bid it's in the cap at £7,500 of the way now. I hope you're feeling strong to move these spares. That's £7,500. The bid is far away, and I will sell it now. Last chance at 7,000 far away. The bid at £7,500. Well done. Here's
got a choice of 3 minis for you at this auction, and they're all, I think, going to go for similar price. So I thought it might be a bit of fun. We'll cover all 3 and you can see if you can guess which one got the best price when it went to auction. First candidate we got here, 1971 Mini 1000. It is an automatic. Not so keen on that, if I'm perfectly honest. The old automatic boxes weren't that slick. It's only done 42,300 miles and it comes from one owner, so you're not going to find many of these. It had 2,500 spent on it back in 2019 and it hasn't really been used since. Walking around it, there are a few little areas of rust coming through, a little bit on the scuttle, and it's not bad, but there are areas that you're going to need to address sooner rather than later. Says it's going to need recommissioning before it goes back on the road. It's been off the road, what, 6 years, so you need to go through the brakes and so on. But be interested to see how this one gets on. But we've got 2 more to look at before you find out. Our second contender in the minis is this one. It's a 1997 Mini 1.3i, resplendent in its British racing green. It's got a nice cream leather interior. It's got an electric sunroof, sort of Webasto style. And this one has done under 34,000 miles and it looks pretty tidy. Downside is it's been off the road since 2017, so it is going to need a bit of recommissioning before it goes on the road. And this one is up for no reserve, so it's going to get whatever it gets. But before we see it go to auction, let's see our third contender in the mini competition. So the final one of our mini contenders is this 1998 Rover Mini Cooper, and I think it looks really smart with the white roof, red bodywork. Someone's painted the Mini like wheels black and I don't think that really suits it personally, but hey, leather interior. It had a look around it, all the normal areas where you see expect to see rust bubbling up, it all looks pretty good on this one. Sadly it's from a deceased estate. This one has done a bit more mileage than the other two. It's done 112,000 miles, but it's got £11,000 worth of build from this car since 2008, so it's definitely been looked after. The other good thing about it is actually MOT'd. It's MOT'd up until October this year, so you know this one's safe and ready to go. It's the only one of the three that you can say that of. And this car is up at no reserve, so it will get what it gets. But let's find out what happened when these three Minis went to auction.
At £2,000 bid on the Mini here. At 222, 22, 24, 26. Probably stop it. At 26, at 26. Your bid in the blue, sir, at £2,600. At £2,600, I have bid now. Little automatic Mini, £2,600. I have bid. Now, any further advance? Provisional bid then at 2,600. Provisional bid at 2,006. A couple of thousand, 1,000 is bid, thank you sir, 1,000 I have in the black, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,600 in the black, 1,700, on my right at 1,700 I have now, it's on the right at 1,700, no 1,800, 1,900, with a sunroof here, 2,000 different portal. 2-1 to help you. We can go in once. 2-1, thank you. I didn't do it earlier on, so I offer it this time, thank you. 2-1 bid, looking for 2-2. At 2-1 I have, looking for a 2-2 now. 2-2 bid, thank you. 2-3 on the right. 2-3 on the right. At 2-4 I have, thank you. We'll give you the same time, so that 2-4 is bid. 2-5? Yep. 2-5 is bid, thank you. Leave me alone, Paul. At 2,005 I have on the right now. It's at 2,005 I have now. It's still standing on the right at £2,500 and away. Last chance if I sell. The hammer's up. Thank you. Now 2,000, £1,000. 1,000, 1,000 I have. 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000, 2,2, 2,4. No, at 2,4 the room bid. At 2,4 the room bid I have now. Look, 2,6, 2,8, 3,002, 3,2. Same buy at 3,002. Look for 3,004 now. At 3,034. On my right now, your bid's at 3,004. On the right at £3,400. 3,006 if you want it now. I'm at £3,400. The bid is here on the right and I sell. Selling at 3,400. Thank you.
So, I don't know who of you guessed it, but the Mini Cooper was the winner of the three. It actually went for £3,400, and I'm not surprised. I think it was probably my choice as well if it had been my money. Anyway, on to the next. Now, this one, you've got to say, is a real survivor. Let's be honest, most of the Toyota Supras have been attacked by either the Max Power or the Fast and Furious Brigade over the last few years. But this one is something else. From 1991, it's the 3-litre model backed up with the auto box. It's done just 59,000 miles from new, and it's been under the same ownership since 1998. Sadly, it comes to auction because it's from a deceased estate, but you know, it's glorious. You look round, where are you going to find another one? And it's even got an MOT valid through to the early part of 2026. It comes with a big history file. I don't know, what isn't there to like? Estimate wise, 14 to 16,000. A few years ago, that made you swallow hard, but I think in this occasion, I think that's probably on the money. But of course, let's see what the bidders had to say. I'll leave that in. Proves I'm human.
At £10,000 away, 8 is bid at 8,200, 8,5, 8,8, 9,000, 9,2, 9,5, 9,8, 10,000, 11,000. At £11,000 I have bid now. On the Supra here, at £11,000 I have it away. Find another, as we like to say. Now, fair warning, I'm at £11,000 and away. Last chance here, the bid is with us at £11,000. No further advance, it will stay with us. It stays with us at 11,000. That's with us just for the time being.
A lot of people ask me, what are going to be the next future classics? Which ones are going to go up in price? Well, I think this might be one of them. Obviously, it's a bubble-shaped Rover, but this one is a very limited edition. It's the BRM, and there were only just over 1,100 produced, and this is number 603 of the 797 that came to the UK market. They had upgraded suspension, they got red leather interior with nice diamond stitching on them. They've got that big orange mouth on the front, and this one is particularly nice. It's only done about 90,000 miles and was actually purchased from this very auction house back in 2019, where the buyer spent £2,700 getting it. Now, it's got MOT through to March next year, so all you got to do is tax and insure it and you're off and away. And the great thing about this car is there's no reserve, so whatever it gets to, you're going to win it. I think this one could be a nice little investment. It's not been abused, which makes a change for these kind of cars. Obviously a lot of them have been hotted up and so on over the years. But hey, let's see what happens when it goes under the hammer.
It's a no reserve vehicle, starting at 1,000, they're cheeky chaps. Beautiful red leather in 1,000 is big, thank you. At 1,000, 1,100. 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. At £1,400 I have bid now. 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800. Internet bid at 1,800, 1,900, 2,000. 2,000 I have now. I'm at 2,2, 2,4. At 2,004 I have bid now. At 2,004 I have bid. All on Easy Live. I'm at £2,400 of BRM here at 2004, and I sell it 2006. At 2006. At 2006. I'm at £2,600 and I sell it. Last chance. It's all on Easy Live. Hammers up and I sell. 2006 is 5042, which is £100 less than we sold it for last time. There we go. It's sold. That's why I was trying to get to 2.7, but it didn't quite do it. To 30.
Right, the lot I'm interested to talk to you about is this one, which is this unfinished Caterham Super 7 kit. It's one of three sort of unfinished projects that are available in this auction. There's also this Lotus 23B, which is unregistered, and elsewhere there's a Lotus Elan Drophead Coupe, which is an unfinished restoration. So if you're into your early Lotus cars, there could be a project here for you, but as we know, I do like a kit car. This one was purchased in 1990, so it's still sadly unfinished after 35 years. It was a starter kit that was purchased for, I think, £5,143, and in today's money that's about 12.5 grand. And for that you basically got what you see. It does come with a big pile of parts. It's got the front rear wings, the fuel tanks in there already, rear axles in obviously. It does come with an engine which is I think a 1.8 or 1.6 K series and a bell housing, but I don't think that was designed to fit this particular Caterham. Caterhams are a little bit of a conundrum when it comes to all the different models of, you know, Super Sport, Super Sprint and R this and R that, but this one I believe was designed for a 1700 crossflow engine, and the chassis had to be modified for when they adapted them to the K series, so I don't think that engine will fit. What's it worth? Because all these cars are up for no reserve. I don't know, it's a difficult one to say. You've got a little bit of a challenge ahead because in 1997 they introduced single vehicle approval, which became IVA, or independent vehicle approval, or individual, sorry, and this car was designed before then. It's not impossible to get them through, but it is going to cause you a little bit of challenge, and you're probably going to end up with a Q plate as well. Good news is though, Caterham is still about, so with these you have got the part supply, which is a great thing to have, and if any other manufacturer I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, no reserve, it could end up anywhere. So let's see what the auctioneer managed to get for it.
2 is bid, thank you. 2,000, 2,2, 2,2, 2,4, 2,6, 2,6, 2,8, internet 2,8, 3,000 online, they're quicker, sorry, 3,2, 3,2, room at 3,2, room 3,4, 3,6, 3,8, 4,000 if you will now. 3,000, 4,000 bid at the room bid at 4,000. A room at 4,000. 4,2, 4,5 online. Spirited bidding of jumble bid. 4,8 will you sir? 4,8 is bid. Online at 4,8. No, thank you. At 4,008 now. It's an internet bid. The room is out now. £4,800. It's on Easy Live. The last loss on I go when I sell. 5,200. At 5,002. Cutting off in my prime then. At 5,002. Still online and everyone else is still out of the room. £5,200 now. 5,5. At 5,5. 5,8. At £5,800. Bid be quick, if not I 6,002. Now don't be shy. It's the last lot of the day, and I will sell it. The hammer's up. 6,5, 6,8. Someone's clicking very quickly there. That's £6,800 now. It's your bid. Hammer's up. Bid be quick or I sell. Selling right here at £6,800. Last chance. 5051 and thank you to your
Early Golf GTIs we know are big money, and this one is no exception. This 1989 Mark II Golf GTI is one that apparently is a bit special. It is an Oettinger. Now that was news to me as well. This one apparently it was sent from the factory to Oettinger, who upped the brake horsepower of the engine to 162. This is one of only 245 right-hand drives that was supplied. This one does come with a fresh MOT. It's through to January 26, but it has done 153,000 miles. But interestingly, it's only done about 25,000 miles since 2006, so it's really not worked that hard. Apart from that, it's got a large history file. It's difficult for me to value these. I don't know how much that Oettinger really adds. It's estimated 15 to 18,000. And my face probably says it all there, that that's more than I would want to pay for it, but hey, for someone who particularly wants this model of VW Golf, it might be what they're prepared to pay, but let's find out.
£10,000 and away. At 10,000 I have, thank you. I'm at £10,000 I have, looking for 11,000 now. I'm at £10,000 I have bid. At £10,000 I have it away now, looking for 11,000. I'm at £10,000 and away now. At £10,000 now, fair warning. Last chance here at £10,000. Last chance here going away. It's here with us at 10,000. Here with us, and it stays us at 10,000. And that's with us for the time being. If you're interested, please do come and have a chat with us.
Well, we've got a choice of two for you here, and you can make your decision whether you want to invest big money in something that's really perfect, or maybe spend a bit less on something that maybe needs a bit of TLC. This car is absolutely beautiful. It's a 1965 Morris Minor Traveller. I'm sure you all knew that already, but wherever you look, it's just nice. The wood looks fantastic, the interior is nice. It was dry stored from 1976 through to 2015. So that obviously helped save it. It then had a rebuild by a retired coach builder, so you couldn't choose someone better really to do a restoration. And it was purchased from another auction house for just over £15,000. Now, it starts and runs well. I checked the last MOT, that was 2021, and it was showing 45,000 miles. No idea whether that's original or not. Obviously, we're going back an awful long way. Yeah, nearly 60 years old, this car now. It comes sadly from a deceased estate, but this has got to be one of the best available. It's got no estimate on it, but it is down to have the best bid submitted. Now, I know it's always complicated when there's a deceased estate, but I always think that maybe makes buyers a little bit cautious that they're not actually going to complete a sale. But who knows? Let's find out what happened when it went under the hammer.
10,000. 6 is big, all over the place. 6.2, 6.5, 6.8, and 6.8, and 6,000, 7,000, 7.2, 7.2, 7.5, 7.8, and 7.8, and 7.8 all over the place. At 7.8 I have now. 8,000. At £8,000 I have bid now. At £8,000 I have bid now. 8.2. It's in the room at 8.2. It's on my left. Tony's out. At 8.2. 8.5. 8.8. At 8,008 I have bid now. It's on my left. At 8,008 I have bid now. Is there any further advance? Provisional bid then at 8,800. 9,000 is bid. 200 to oblige. 9.2. 9.2 is bid. 9.4 if you will now, Tony. No, at £9,200 I have bid now. £9,200, last chance then. Provisional bid at 9,002. And the numbers please, Andy.
And this is the other option if you're interested in a Morris Minor Traveller. This one is not anywhere near as nice really as the other one. It's a 65 model, so it's actually a year newer. It is a little bit tired. The paintwork needs attention. There's quite a lot of chips around the edge. The driver's seat needs repair, but it's up and running on the road, and apparently the owner, who is actually in his 80s, drove it all the way here from Minehead. So yeah, it's still up and going. It's going to need a little bit of TLC going forward. It's had some work in the past by well-known restoration people, Tim Langs, and the current owner's had it since 2010. So it's not something that someone's had and just sort of passed on. The owner says, as I mentioned, he's in his 80s, he's selling it due to age, and this one is estimated at £3,000 to £4,000. So it'll be interesting to see how much this one gets compared to the one that we've just seen.
We tempt anyone at 1,500 then. At 1,500, 1,500 is big. Front row seated at 1,500, 1,600. It's an internet bid, and I'm going to be submitting, doesn't matter, that's £1,600 away. We're going to submit this whatever. I'm at £1,600 away now. Driven here from Watch It. I'm at £1,600. It's an internet bid. It's .com's bid at £1,600. All we can do is submit 1,700. On the right now, it's 1,700. Still on the right at 1,700. This time the provisional bid on the right at 1,700 is 314. Thank you, sir.
Big, isn't it? I've never really got the G-Wagon, if I'm perfectly honest. These have been in production since 1979, so what's that now, 45, 46 years? They have evolved a little bit. This is like the sort of second generation where it got a bit more sophisticated. This one's has very nice paintwork. It had a glass out respray a couple of years ago, so that's why it looks so nice. Nice beige leather interior. Done just 106,000 miles. Only little downside is a couple of days ago it got put in for MOT. Needs some rear shocks, and it has got a couple of bits of corrosion that need attention, so you're going to have to invest a little bit. But if you want to go and buy a new one of these today, they start from £138,000. So this one, guided 20 to 25, makes it look quite cheap. I think it might struggle. I could be wrong, but let's see what happens when it went to auction.
Big, thank you. 10,000 I have. At £10,000 I have bid now. At £10,000 away. 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. 15,000, internet 15,000, 16 with it. 16,000 with Abby. Abigail's bid at 16,000. We're going to submit this a provisional bid at 16,000. Last chance it away now. Provisional bid at £16,000 provisional bid.
Well, that's a wrap on this auction. Real mixed bag as ever at the moment. The 928 is off to a new owner, apparently in Switzerland, so sadly we're going to lose it from this country. The VW Golf didn't get anywhere near what was expected, but it is a bit of a niche motor. That Oettinger is a bit of a rare special edition, so maybe it'll find a home another day. And not one that we covered, but the Land Rover. That is absolutely stunning and did really overperform compared to its estimate. So I really hope you've enjoyed that. And if you have, please do us a great favour and click that subscribe button for us. And we'll see you next time.